Good evening. In the space of one news cycle, a Hall of Famer's fashion choice has reignited the most polarizing rivalry in women's basketball. Sheryl Swoopes, three-time WNBA MVP, appeared on Gilbert Arenas' podcast wearing a Paige Bueckers T-shirt, a gesture widely read as yet another jab at Indiana Fever phenom Caitlin Clark. The stunt landed just days after reports that television partners quietly declined to renew Swoopes' 2025 analyst deal following months of on-air digs at Clark, and it pushed the simmering tension back onto center stage. If this feels familiar, that's because the feud never truly cooled. Since February 2024, when Swoopes questioned the legitimacy of Clark's NCAA scoring records, every record Clark has broken has been met by a parallel critique from Swoopes. The pace was faster, the three-point line is closer, the minutes are longer. Each milestone invites another rebuttal, and fans have begun to frame the pattern as less analytical, more territorial, a legend guarding her legacy from a newcomer who refuses to fade. The breaking point came on September 2nd, 2024, when the Dallas Wings reassigned Swoopes on a Fever Road telecast, slotting in Nancy Lieberman instead. Social media spun it as a benching for bias. Swoopes later insisted it was just scheduling, yet ESPN's Stephen A. Smith publicly suggested her anti-Clark stance was harming the league's optics, a rare moment when a mainstream pundit called out a pioneer for gatekeeping. Whatever the contract fine print, perception stuck. Criticize Clark too loudly, and you risk the microphone. Meanwhile, Clark keeps answering on the scoreboard. As a 22-year-old rookie, she averaged 19.2 points, a league-leading 8.4 assists and 5.7 rebounds, became the first rookie ever with 2 triple-doubles, and shattered franchise records for three-pointers, double-doubles, and single-game assists. Her 122nd made threes were the most by any player, rookie, or veteran last season. Indiana vaulted from 13 wins to 22 and reached the playoffs for the first time since 2016. With Clark logging the Fever's first playoff triple-double in Game 2 at Connecticut. The milestones came so fast that the league's record book now devotes its own page to Clark's rookie section. First player with 20 points, 15 assists, and 5 boards in a game. First to be named Player of the Month and Rookie of the Month simultaneously. Fastest guard to 350 points and 150 assists. Even Swoopes' 1997 MVP stat line, 17.5 points, 4.8 assists, 4.3 rebounds, looks quaint beside Clark's freshman totals. Impact echoed far beyond the hardwood. ESPN's regular season WNBA coverage averaged 1.19 million viewers, a 170% jump over 2023 and the network's best mark ever for the league. 7 of the 8 most-watched games featured Clark. Post-season ratings climbed 139%, and the Storm Fever ABC broadcast on August 18th drew 2.23 million, still the biggest WNBA audience on record. Draft night viewership quadrupled to 2.45 million, and 13 of Indiana's 20 home dates sold out, forcing the franchise to release standing room tickets for the first time. Money followed eyeballs. The Fever's local sponsorship revenue doubled year over year. Clark headlined Nike's $28 million signature shoe deal, largest ever for a WNBA athlete, and her number 22 replica jersey outsold every NBA rookie's jersey on Fanatics platform in 2024. Secondary market ticket prices for Fever road games averaged 240% above other WNBA contests. Corporate America, from State Farm to Gatorade, now budgets WNBA ad inventory months in advance, crediting the Clark effect for driving the shift. That explains why Swoopes' T-shirt choice stings. Paige Bueckers is a bona fide star. 19.9 points, 176 assists, and a .534 field goal clip in her 2024-25 redshirt senior campaign. But she's still in college, still rehabbing an injury history, and still months away from declaring for the pros. By brandishing Bueckers' name, Swoopes positioned an as-yet untested prospect as a more acceptable face than a rookie who just rewrote record books. To many fans, it read less like mentorship and more like a proxy war. Analysts have noticed Smith's on-air rebuke, it compromises the WNBA brand, was echoed by Hall of Famers Carol Blazejowski and Teresa Weatherspoon, who praised Clark's humility and urged veterans to lift, not limit, the next generation. Even Diana Taurasi, once critical of Clark's learning curve, pivoted in February, telling reporters, "We all benefit when someone takes the game to the stratosphere." Swoopes now finds herself isolated, a rare legend whose comments draw more boos than cheers on social. Why the resistance? Sources inside multiple broadcast crews say Clark's apolitical stance unsettles a league whose marketing for 2 decades has leaned hard into social justice storylines. Clark rarely engages culture wars. She demurs, wins, repeats. That formula erodes the old perception that activism is a prerequisite for visibility, and it redistributes influence from legacy voices to whoever puts fans in seats. For some pioneers, that redistribution feels like erasure. Yet Clark's off-court profile suggests the inverse of indifference. Last Friday, she went viral during the Pacers-Bucks playoff game, entertaining Fever coach Stephanie White's toddlers on the Jumbotron. She has volunteered for Hoosier Food Bank drives, filmed a PSA on girls' sports funding, and quietly endowed a $100,000 scholarship for Iowa STEM students. Her teammates describe her as first in, last out, and Fever staff note she signs every post-game autograph line no matter the arena. Fans see the authenticity, and the loyalty only deepens, all of which brings us to 2025 training camp, opening May 1st. League schedulers have flexed 9 Fever games to national windows, including a season-opening finals rematch against the Liberty. Ticket demand forced Barclays Center to open its upper bowl. 18,000 seats vanished in 3 hours. Las Vegas sportsbooks list Clark at 14-1 for MVP. Lofty for a sophomore, but plausible when a player just led the league in assists and ranked 5th in scoring. Marketing executives predict television averages could climb another 30% if Indiana contends. In short, the numbers are undefeated. Legends can critique pace of play, spacing, or media hype, but they cannot refute escalations in revenue, audience, and participation. Sheryl Swoopes helped build this stage. Caitlin Clark has packed the house. The smart money says history will credit both, one as foundation, the other as catalyst, and that the true winners will be the girls now lining up outside practice gyms, convinced the WNBA is something they absolutely must watch. That, more than any t-shirt or soundbite, is the headline tonight. As the league pivots toward a milestone campaign, the stakes for embracing its breakout star have never been clearer. Headquarters now projects 2025 regular season revenue to eclipse $300 million for the first time, roughly double the haul posted just 3 summers ago, and internal models attribute more than half of that jump to Clark-driven media rights and merchandise. Corporate partners are moving accordingly. Nike's inaugural Clark signature sneaker is penciled in for a July release, and early pre-order surveys already outpace Sabrina Ionescu's debut line by nearly 40%. Meanwhile, Disney executives confirm that ABC and ESPN will carry 28 national windows, up from 16 last year, with production trucks booked through September in anticipation of record viewership. In short, the business case for Harmony is overwhelming. Yet the deeper shift is cultural. Youth clinics in Indiana, Iowa, even Brooklyn report waitlists triple their 2022 size, and WNBA League Pass subscriptions have jumped 78% since Clark's first professional tip-off. Those numbers signal a generational turnover that could recalibrate the sport long after today's protagonists hang up their jerseys. Whether veterans choose mentorship or rivalry, the tide is coming. When opening night tips in 2 weeks, cameras, sponsors, and sold-out sections alike will be pointed toward the same touchstone, the player rewriting the possibilities of the game in real time.